Hey, what's up, guys? Calling out about my video, and today I'm going to do my Naruto review, episode 40 review, English dub. So, episode starts out with Orochimaru noticed Akashi was there, and he's like, he's like, you grown up and shit like that, and he's like, fuck, it's fucking Orochimaru there and shit like that. um, Technically, uh, Akashi's like, he's saying something about like, he's like, I'm not gonna let you get near the Sasuke and shit like that. Yes, he's like, you have to go through me and shit like that. Fucking Orochimaru saying, he's like, the cell you put on him, it's not gonna work there because his heart is like, his heart's like cold and shit like that. And when he was saying some shit like that with it, um, well, that was going on with that shit. The next scene, we see Shino fight the guy with the pipes there, or Shino fucking fighting the guy with the fucking or technically what Sasuke broke his fucking, or the guy honestly, Sasuke broke his fucking hand there and shit like that, or broke his arms and shit. Technically Shino did something there to attack back there. He called it. He called in his fucking insects there and shit like that. And then he's like, what the fuck? He's like, why these bugs are coming around and shit like that. That's what he was saying and shit. And then Shino was actually explaining to him there, saying, he's like, well, mostly you're kind of like worthless in a way because technically, if you attack me there, if you fucking attack me there, my little friends are gonna my little friends are gonna attack you and shit like that. Even if you attack them, I can come behind you and hit you in the rear. And he's like, I can come behind you and hit you. He's like, I can come behind you there and shit like that. So he was explaining that to him and shit like that. So he actually pulled both his arms there and shit like that. He's like, and he's like, you're fucking finished and shit. That's what the guy said with the broken arms and shit. Or technically the guy with the pipes in his hands and shit like that. Even we actually get to see a flashback how Orochimaru picked him up and shit like that. um, we actually get to see a flashback where he was running away. The guy with the pipes in his hand fucking was running away. Or technically when he was a kid and shit like that, when he was technically fucking running away and shit. And some guys were chasing him and shit. And he got cornered there and he got his ass kicked in the flashback. And then fucking Orochimaru was actually saying, come with me if you want to get stronger and shit like that. And he was like thinking about it, and he actually fucking followed Orochimaru and shit like that for it. And then we actually see him, um, using his thing there for his attacks and stuff like that for it and shit like that. So he was like thinking about that, and he's like, and then it goes back to the main fight there. Or he's like, "Get your finish." He pulls out both his hands there. They thought everybody thought Shino was almost gonna get fucked there, but Shino did something with his bugs there. Technically, his bugs actually plugged his fucking pipes there. And then he's like, the pipes on your arms and stuff like that. He's like, mostly I plugged both of them, so when he did that attack, he kind of screwed up his fucking hands there and shit like that. And then he's like, this is fucking over and stuff like that. He's like, just in case he's like, I plugged both of them and shit. So he plugged both of them and shit like that with it. So that was going on with that shit. The next scene we see fucking Kashi was was actually saying stuff to Orochimaru. Kind of looks like Akashi looks like he was about to attack Orochimaru with a lightning blade there. um, when that Akashi's like, he's like, you have to get through me and shit like that. And then he's like, he's like, I don't give a fuck if you're one of the fucking Zonin and shit like that. That's what he was saying. And fucking Orochimaru was saying something to that and shit, or not that. He's like and then he was telling Akashi's like, he knows he is an Avenger and shit like that. He wants more power and shit. And then he walks away and he kind of like laughs and walks away and shit like that to Akashi and shit like that when that was going on with that shit. And then and then the next scene we go back to the arena. Freaking Neji actually looks at Gino's chakra there, and technically he actually has a lot of bugs living in him and stuff like that, because he is allowing the bugs to live in him and shit like that to to be one of the things there and shit like that. And then fucking Kibo's like, well, he's like, what? These are these fucking insects users and shit like that. That's what he was fucking saying and shit. He's like one of these fucking insects users and shit like that. And when that was going on with that shit, we and then the when was actually going on with that shit with it, freaking Akashi came back and shit. And then they're like, Naruto and Sakura were actually saying where Sasuke was and shit like that. And then Akashi said he was fine there. Mostly he's getting recovered by the recovery team and shit like that. That's what he was fucking saying and shit. So when that was going on with that, and then they're like, why, why? Mostly they were saying something, and then Akashi kind of like Akashi said he was getting covered by the recovery team. Is also looking out on the black, the Anbu Black Ops there. And then it kind of freaked out Naruto and Sakura there. They're like, what the fuck there, shit like that. They're both like, what the fuck and shit. So when that was going on with that shit, in the end of the episode, we see fucking in the end of the episode we see fucking the next match there, we see Kankuro faces one of an, or the other guy there from Kabuto's team, I guess. He was going to face him and stuff like that. And that's where the episode ends. So, yep, that's pretty much it. Comment, written response to this pyramid is like my bills. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, super above. I upload comment response to this pyramid is like I got matter. Peace.